So I do love Purity Made Simple. Today, though, we do have a really good price on our ceramic slip from Sunday Riley, which also comes with a cleansing balm called the Blue Moon Cleansing Balm. And that is like the detox of a clay mask plus your cleanser, and it doesn't strip your skin. That's a really lovely cleanser. Elemis balms are also really beautiful if you love more of a balm. Sometimes it can depend on the type of texture of a cleanser that you like, whether you like a balm or like more of like a cream or a liquid. But I would say Purity is probably the one that I would say, if you're not using Purity, give that one a try, especially if you wear makeup. I just think it really tackles so much in my skin, getting the makeup off while still kind of nourishing the skin. But the Sunday Riley ceramic slip, which today we have a set of the ceramic slip that also comes with the Blue Moon. And that one, so I have found the bottle of the slip probably lasts me close to almost 6 months. So this one you get the 2 cleansers. So that's where I say, like, I think for me it would last 6 months because I just wash my face once a day. Like, I usually get my makeup off at night. So I think with the 2, it's going to last you. That one, it's A620196. Oh, look, fabulous behind the scenes popped it up. Thank you so much. I believe that's Lauren. You're a rock star. So the ceramic slip is formulated with green and white clay. So you can leave it on as a little mask, but I also have found it does a good duty on getting off my eye makeup. And I also think if it can get off my eye makeup, it can also get the things inside, all the bits that I can't see. So that I really appreciate. Favorite moisturizer. See, that, it's funny. That's actually like a really tough one. I will say right now, my favorite moisturizer has been my Tarte Indigo Cream. It's like just indulgent in their most advanced treatment. It's gentle, so I don't want to say intense, but it's the most concentrated treatment that Tarte offers. So that's what I've been kind of indulging in at night on my skin. I do love the Sunday Riley Ice Moisturizer. It's a niacinamide cream, which it's like back to the whole ingredient story. Really important as you're aging to use a good moisturizer, and that one rich in niacinamide, really, really good to make sure you're getting on your skin. It does come in the Today's Special Value. You can buy a single set. What's the other? And I even like the ice when I put makeup on. Those are some of my favorites. It really depends on the type of texture you like. In the summer, and when I don't want a lot of things heavy on my skin, I do love the Tatcha Water Cream. And then, of course, a holy grail is the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream. I mean, if you are looking to have a good, tried and true, like anti-aging moisturizer, it's hydration, it's anti-aging, that's a great one to do. That Elemis also does come in an SPF, which is great. One SPF that I've been really liking right now is from True Botanicals for my face. They have a really beautiful, I'm trying to see if we have it in stock. I don't want to lead you astray. True Botanicals has a really nice, it's ever so lightly tinted, but I appreciate, yes. Okay. So I have to say I have had my bottle and I use it almost every day. The Sun Barrier Shield. That's funny. The video on QVC.com, the last person selling it is me and Courtney. I've had mine for quite some time, but it is that broadband spectrum, and it is a zinc formula. It's a nano zinc formula. It doesn't leave that heavy white cast. I also find I wear it when I go for my long distance runs. Here, I'll give you the item number. It's A601311, but sometimes with the daily SPF, I don't want anything that's too heavy because I go out and I sweat, right? And then it hurts my eyes. You know what I mean? Like if I'm all sweaty and then the sunscreen is running, and I've never had a problem with True Botanicals which is very important. Did I post that in the, yeah, there we go. Very important when you're out for like a long run, because if you're out like 10 miles, you got to wait another 10 miles to get back. So I usually wear that. I have a half marathon coming up on Saturday. And when I'm doing my training runs, I love the True Botanicals SPF. Now, Dr. Deness also has an awesome SPF, and that one is a little tinted. And what I really like about hers is I don't ever feel like my skin looks greasy after I've applied it. So if you want that SPF to be the last step in your skincare, maybe you're not applying makeup and you want a really nice matte finish, Dr. Deness has a great SPF as well. Thank you, Patricia. Says good luck on Saturday. I'm a little nervous. So this week has just been busy. It's that time of the year. And I was making my morning coffee this morning and like my protein shake, because I was thinking I'm leading up to the race. My nutrition adjusts, right? I eat more, which is fun, to fuel my body. And so I was like grabbing things for breakfast and just thinking like, oh, where do I get an extra carb in or two? And, as I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Saturday. Like it felt like it kind of snuck up on me. But I really do enjoy long distance running. And I don't know if you have anything that you, Janie wants to know if I've done marathons for a long time. Yes and no. So I started running when I was 14. I went out for the track team because I think I had a teacher that led the cross country team in middle school, and I always like admired it, but I honestly would really struggle running. Even as a kid, I wasn't like that. My endurance wasn't there. And, when we had to do the mile run in PE, I was always like huffing and puffing and having to stop and yada, yada, yada. So I like always admired runners. And it was my freshman year of high school that a friend of mine, Chelsea, said she was signing up for the track team. And Chelsea was not a runner, by the way, nor had she ever done any like sport like that. And she's like, I'm signing up. I want to do it. And you don't have to try out. And that was like the key word for me. I was like, I don't have to try out. You just do it. And our track team was awesome. It was a ton of girls, lots of people that were new at running, and so I felt very welcomed. And, right. Yeah. If you can't run, walk, like just move your body. And so that was how I first got introduced to running. And I started out as a sprinter. I'm not a sprinter. So my coach was like, I think you should do the distance. And I was like, oh, are you sure? And I started really enjoying it. And, throughout college and into my adulthood, I just really loved it. I lived in Minneapolis on the course of the Twin Cities Marathon. So when I started watching the marathon, I was like, I want to do that. So I trained for my first marathon with my husband. Now I've run one marathon. This weekend will be my third half marathon, and I've done a few 10-mile races. It's actually been a while since I've raced. I haven't raced after I had my kids. I think my last 10-mile race was when I was pregnant with my son, which was 6 years ago. And then I hadn't raced since until this year. I didn't really have a desire to. I was enjoying just running. And I would still run probably 3 to 4 times a week. But racing has just become something that was for me. And maybe you can relate to this. So I think for a lot of us as women, I'm a mom of 2. I'm a wife. I work. It feels like a lot of things. Like I come home from work and, I've got lunches to pack. I've got 2 little people that need help with things, need my attention. And I feel like running is something that's for me. And that's something that I've missed as I got into adulthood. I was like, no, where's, we work and we have our careers and our family, and it's so lovely and so rewarding. But I also wanted something that made me feel good. Hi, Sandy. Welcome on the chat on our live stream. Yes, we talk all things beauty, and then we took a curveball because a great question about just my time running. And so maybe you don't run, but I really do hope. And sometimes people ask me why I share about my running on Instagram and social media. And I hope that if running is not for you, please don't run. But I hope that you find something that you love, that makes you feel good. And honestly, there are times when I run and I'm not necessarily the fastest runner. You run a race with like 40,000 people. And if you finish at in the 2000s, you're happy, right? It's not like this. It's a personal growth moment. Yes, Patricia, you're so right. It's kind of meditative. It's a little therapeutic. Honestly, I struggle with anxiety, and it really helps me get some of that like energy out. I get to get lost in my thoughts, and it's just me. And I hope that you find something like that. And I say I post about it because it's not that I hope that everybody runs, but my hope is that you find something that makes you feel like a superhero, that makes you feel invincible, that makes you feel amazing. And maybe it is when it's a craft that you love to do, right? Or that perfect, banana bread that then you deliver to a neighbor and it just makes their day. And that makes you feel just like your superhero, like you're operating in your superpower. It makes you feel so good. And I hope that you just find something that makes you feel amazing. It's interesting. I listen to a lot of Kim Gravel's podcasts actually when I run, and I love her. If you haven't checked it out, it's on our streaming platform, QVC Plus. You can watch the video recording, or you can listen to on like a podcast app you probably have on your phone. It's funny because the last one I listened to was about negative self-talk, and I'm listening to this while I'm running. And sometimes I do, like I think we all do, have a little negative self-talk. And what I love is that I got to sit there and kind of work it out and think through it and almost give myself this new way of thinking, that when those negative thoughts make your way, and because a lot of times I used to tell myself, I can't do these long distance runs. Like, I'm not that kind of runner. This year in my training, my mileage time has dropped nearly 2 minutes, which I would have per mile, 2 minutes per mile, which I would have never fathomed. I used to always say, I just run an 11-minute mile. Like, if I'm going to run a long distance, until I got that out of my head and said, no, maybe I could do something different. So don't let your thoughts or what you think that you're only capable of kind of stop you and like keep you at the threshold. So I hope, for me, running helps me discover that. I hope that you find something that helps you discover that. Oh, I want to see what Janie said. She said, I read something saying that if you talk to your friends, yes, the way you talk to yourself, they wouldn't want to be your friend. Exactly. So love yourself and talk positive. That is such a good phrase. And we talk all things beauty in this show. So let's talk about those moments where we've stood in front of the mirror and we criticize ourselves and we say not so nice things to maybe about the way that we look, right? You would never, and not just like, you would never say that to a friend, and not because you wouldn't ever utter those words, but think about even how you, like, I think of I have this beautiful friend, her name is Brittany. And when I look at her and she'll ask me like, Allie, I have all these wrinkles, like I need a cream. And I'm like, I never even noticed your wrinkles because I could not stop staring at your beautiful blue eyes. Like, friends, we don't see those critical things. We see the best in each other. And so many times we like brush over these really good qualities, and you're not being prideful to celebrate the really great things about yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. I had to learn that kind of the hard way, as I used to think that I was being too prideful if I felt good about myself. Come on. If anything, when you feel good about yourself, you're celebrating the designer and the creator, right? Because like, we're all fearfully and wonderfully made. And when you celebrate that, you're giving honor to who you are. All right. That's my beauty soapbox. So I love that, Janie. Thank you for that advice. So think about this. Talk to yourself today the way you would talk to a friend. When you're feeling a little down in the dumps, when you're feeling a little like tired and just like, ugh. And listen, I'm one of those people, remember I just mentioned I have some anxiety. I am one of those people that when like the world is going downward, or like it feels like my world, it's like everything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a bad mom. Like, I go into all the things. Like, I'm stink at this at work. I'm a bad mom. I can't keep the house together. Like, I haven't called my friend in a few weeks and they're going to think that I'm a horrible person. It's like you lump everything together, right? Don't do that to yourself, and talk to yourself the way that you would with a friend. How would you respond to your friend? You'd say, it's okay. You're working really hard and you carry a lot of mental weight that a lot of people don't see, and you're doing your best. And it feels hard right now. And it feels like everything's kind of messy and sloppy, but you're doing a good job. I hope that you have a blessed day. I'm glad that you hopped on with Beauty Banter. We do this every Tuesday. So I'm so glad that you're here, whether you're watching live or you're catching up later. Oh, Janie wants to know about shampoo. Okay, so I've been using Wen. I love Wen and Tweaked. I love Maria's Juice. Callista Juice is another good one. And my daughter loves to use Voce, which is spelled VOCE. That can be purchased on QVC.com. And she's a swimmer. She's in the pool a lot. Her hair gets gnarly. And that has been really beautiful. They were sold out of the original formula. The difference between the ultra rich and the normal. The ultra rich is richer in hydration, Colleen, and it might be really nice to switch to the ultra rich for the winter months. So I use the ultra rich as well, like into the winter. It is like a richer formula, but all the same great benefits. If you love the original and the ingredients and the benefits you're seeing, it's just going to be more hydration. Is really the only difference. Still beautiful under makeup and all that jazz. Kathy, yes, TSV, completely suitable for sensitive skin. Sunday Riley herself says she has sensitive skin. So I hope that helps. Please check it out. I was texting my friends. I was like, you have to look at this because I couldn't tell them beforehand. So really good stuff. Thank you so much. Hey, if you want to chat more, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I'm on both places. It's Ali, A-L-I, Carr with 2 R's, vroom, vroom, QVC. So Ali Carr QVC. And you can always connect with me there. But thanks so much for hopping on for Beauty Banter with Ali. Have a great day.